What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Video Game Bang podcast. I am your host for tonight, the real David Webb. I am joined once again, sniffling, coughing. She's real trooper tonight. Emmaskies is back, everybody.
That was a great time for me. My phone started making noise. Hi, I'm dying.
I like how your intro was a peace sign for a podcast. Nobody can see.
Hey.
Except for those of you listening on Twitch, twitch.tv/videogame_bang. Come check us out every Wednesday and Saturday as we record the podcast. Behind the ones and twos, keeping the show running, Curtis is back. What is going on, my man?
Oh, man, just trying to keep this thing from falling off the track, man. So, everybody, I hope you got your seatbelts on. I'm in control. So it's been a bumpy ride.
You are doing fantastic, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Real quick, sponsors. Some big news in the sponsor segment. First of all, we are sponsored by Energy Esports, Oblivion Comics and Coffee, your number one spot for comics and coffee in Sacramento. And announcing tonight,
Oh, snap.
Mainframe USA.
Hey.
It is they are a clothing company. We're big fans of them. I've been a fan of them long before I was a mainstay on the show. You have actually seen me wearing them here. Wear my shirt. You guys see me wear them quite often. So use code VGB10 to get a discount on anything you get there. And big fans of the show. They actually really like us. Like when I was talking to them about sponsorship, it took them like 5 minutes for them to yeah, we love you guys. So it's cool.
And if you're listening to the podcast, use your imagination to guess what Webb is wearing.
That's true. Use your imagination, or come check us out on twitch.tv/videogame_bang. So tonight, we have a fun night tonight because Emma's back and she's going to tell us all of the goodies from NYCC.
I'm going to tell you all why I'm dying and why it was worth it.
Why it was totally worth it.
The weird thing is, Comic-Con ended last Sunday, so almost a week ago, and I'm just now getting sick. I have had the whole week over, I didn't have to do anything except fly home, and then life was like, hey, you have a thing to do today. Fuck you. I'm real. And, it lulled me into a false sense of security because I get really sick from, particularly New York Comic-Con, every fucking year. Every year.
And I wonder why it waited so long.
I don't know.
Do you think it was, the adrenaline of, being in New York? Because you were there before the show and then after the show for a couple days. And just the adrenaline of being there kept you from actually feeling it coming on, and then once you get home and get settled down, then... And
part of it might have been the plane on the way back, too.
Oh, I guarantee you it was the plane. I hate, I love flying, but I hate flying because of that. I'm breathing recycled air. It's the one time that I'm a really big germaphobe.
I blame the small child that was sitting next to me.
I'm
sure
child.
It's his fault.
They're always sick, and they're just always sticky. I
don't know what you're touching, but it's sticky, and I don't like it.
Kids are always sticky. I don't understand it. So how was the show itself?
So the short answer is that it was very good. It was a good time. This was my 5th year at New York Comic Con. And I don't do I don't have a booth or anything because I'm not anybody, but I just walk around. But, I got through Con Crunch relatively okay. I ended up flying into New York on Wednesday. Show was on Thursday, so we kind of got right into it. But I was telling you guys before the show, I don't really do panels at conventions too much, and especially at New York Comic Con, because it's just kind of a nightmare. If you want to get into anything good, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
But it kind of worked out this year that I did a lot. I did a lot of panels.
You did. I think one day, because following your adventures on Twitter, I think one day that's all you did.
It was
right?
all
it was
I did.
All panels.
It was all I did all day. So they started doing, last year they had to expand out of the convention center. They've outgrown it, and it's under construction. So they started doing panels at Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Yeah. So they do panels, and it's not the big, seats 50,000 area. There's a theater within it that seats, I think, about 4,000 to 5,000 people. So it's still sizable.
Yeah.
So most of the big panels go in there, and on Saturday, what were we trying to see? We were trying to see Into the Spider-Verse. We were trying to see Into the Spider-Verse. We were trying to see that panel at 11. Ooh. It was good. We'll get into it.
Okay. All right.
So we went early, and there was so we happened to catch the latter half of the Good Omens panel. We went to the Spider-Verse panel, And then it was like, well, if we want to go to the Daredevil panel that's in a couple hours, we just have to stay here. And then if we want to go to the Star Trek panel, we just have to stay here. So, like, we were literally in that room from 10:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night. And then we went at 7:30. We only left because we had another panel on the main stage because that was when the cosplay competition was. But it was the day they did the Walking Dead panel was the only panel we didn't go to. Was that big ass Walking
No
Dead panel?
way. That's funny. Probably better though, because you probably would have gotten trampled by all those people.
I almost got trampled trying to get the fuck out. I'm like, I promise you, if you let me leave, there will be more room. I need you to let me get out.
All those walkers.
Why do you still like this show? What are you doing here?
That's what I'm talking about.
But yes, the Spider-Verse panel.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Oh, have
Did they
you
show
seen...
any of it? Did they?
Yes, they showed the first 35 minutes of the movie.
What?
And how long is the movie?
Probably about 2 hours.
Oh,
Okay.
really? That long? I
Yeah.
was expecting a 90-minute movie, to be honest.
No, probably they said they showed like roughly a quarter of it.
Wow.
So 35 minutes. Like they walked out and they brought out like the executive producer and the writer, and he was kind of talking. He was like, "Well, we really wanted to show you a clip, but the movie kind of builds a lot on itself. So if we show you this clip, we have to show the clip that sets it up, and then the scene that sets that up. And here you go. Here's 35 minutes." And he walked away.
Wow.
Dang.
And it wasn't done. Like the movie's not finished yet, so
Okay.
like parts of it look like a terrible computer game from the 90s because it's just it hasn't been rendered.
It's like N64, like polygons.
But to its credit, the story is so good that I barely registered when it wasn't fully animated.
Really?
That's good. That's good
It's
news.
so
Oh, I'm so excited.
good. And then they did a cast. They brought the cast out and did a Q&A and kind of talking with them about the movie. And the panels are being broadcast live, so like people at home could watch them.
Mm-hmm.
So the panel itself was live, but nobody at home could see what was on the screen. So if there was a video, it was just black. You couldn't see
Okay.
anything. And they told us that, they were like, don't ask questions that, will spoil anything. They told the cast, they're like, don't say anything. So Shamik, who plays Miles, spoiled the only massive thing he could have possibly said from the first 35. He said there is one big thing that happens. And he was like, so then this happens. And the moderator's like, cool, nobody at home knew that. But now they do.
So is he the Tom Holland of the cartoon?
Apparently.
I know, right? And he's Spider-Man. He's voicing Spider-man too. Must be a Spider-Man thing to like let all the leaks out.
It's gotta be.
But he was just like, he was so casual about it too, because he was just answering a question about like why his characters do something. He's like, well, and then you just saw this happen, and he was like, they didn't see that happen, but okay.
But you just told him.
So when I first like very news like just broke about Into the Spider-Verse, I was not that excited for it. In fact, I was kind of like, this is like, because I like Spider-Man and Spider-Verse is such a good story to me, and I love all the different spider people that. When I found out, like, it was, like, a straight, like, TV cartoon, I was like, I feel like this is doing it justice.
It's going to be in theaters.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
thought it was just straight to TV.
Nah.
And I was like, this just seems kind of dumb. And then the more details came out, and the more excited I was, like, getting about it. So
Did
that's good.
you guys get a chance to see the last trailer that came out just before Comic-Con?
For the
For
Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse?
I don't know if I did.
I'm
sure.
unintentionally pulling at you.
Yeah.
And kind of staying away from
yeah,
things.
You are.
I mean, like, if I see like a GIF or something like a 30-second clip on social media, I'm not gonna like panic and like scroll through. But I don't have the sound on, so I don't understand what's happening. I just see like what's like pictures and stuff like that.
It's good. It's gonna be good. I told my friend that went with me, I was like, if Nick Cage shows up, I will lose my mind. He did not.
Is he voicing something in the?
He voices Spider-Man Noir.
I
I was like, if Nick Cage shows his face, I will lose all of my shit. He did not.
That sucks.
He's also in a show called Suits, which I did not know that.
He's in Suits?
He's
in
in
Suits? Nick
Wait,
Cage?
he's got to be in like the new season. 'Cause...
No, he's like way before Luke Cage.
Wait, what? Oh, Mike Coulter. I said Nick Cage. Nicolas
Nick
Cage.
Yeah, Nick
I heard
Cage
Luke
was
Cage.
I was like, I guarantee you. Yeah, Mike Coulter was in Suits.
There
I
we
knew.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're on the same page.
Good God.
I swear I heard.
I was
Luke
like,
Cage.
I'm about to go watch every episode of that show again. My God, how did I miss that?
He'd be a crazy lawyer. Can you imagine
Oh
that?
my god. Yeah, because you're already crazy.
Oh man. Okay. So what other panels did you check out that were?
I feel like I'm missing something between the two, but the next big one we did was Daredevil.
Okay.
And that was the one that was like, it was at 3 p.m. and it was one of those where like we went in the morning and I was like, if I want to go to this panel at 3, I need to just be here.
Yeah.
I can't leave.
Yeah.
Right.
So we stuck around and like between panels, people would file out and we would just move a couple rows closer, move a little closer, move a little closer, trying to get through it.
How close did you end up getting by the time the panel started?
There's like that front section that's all, the first like maybe 10 rows are all like those people were there. They were locked in. So we got pretty close to the front of the main section.
Okay.
So pretty close. Pretty close is the easy way to say that. But yeah, so they did the Daredevil panel. And they did, bless their hearts, they tried to make a big announcement that everybody already knew. Everybody knew. So they bring out the cast and they're like, this person plays this person. Like Agent Nadeem comes out and they're like, Wilson Bethel plays FBI Agent number 2. And then, so on and so on and so on. I'm like, yeah, okay, you brought FBI Agent number 2 to the panel. Sure.
Yeah.
So they start doing like the cast, talking about what they're doing this season. And about halfway through, they're finally like, oh, do you want to tell us a little about your character? Talking to Wilson Bethel. And he goes, well, I get to tell the story of how Benjamin Poindexter becomes, he like pauses for dramatic effect, Bullseye. And everybody was like, yeah, we fucking know. Why are you trying to make this a big deal? Like they brought it as like the biggest announcement. They were so, and it's like, I mean, it's not their fault. It got leaked.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate. For those of you that didn't see, one of the personal trainers for the show accidentally leaked the information months ago because he posted a picture with Wilson Bethel, who plays Bullseye, and he did hashtag Bullseye.
Yeah.
And it was taken down in like less than an hour, but I mean, it was out. It was out. Everybody knew.
It's screenshotted.
It was done. But
what did the audience do? Was it?
I mean, there was cheering. We're all very excited, but we got excited because they brought a lot of clips. They didn't show the episode. I was really hoping they would show the first episode because it's so close to coming out. But they showed a crap ton of clips.
So you almost saw the whole episode.
Almost. And well, like from different episodes throughout. And so they showed, where Matt is at because, spoilers, I guess, if you're not caught up. At the end of the Defenders, he died, as far as anybody knows.
Right.
I don't think I finished the Defenders thing.
Well, Matt dies at the end of the Defenders.
Don't remember that.
Spoiler.
I'm on the last episode. I remember that, but I don't remember.
Have fun.
Like I think don't they set bombs or something to try and take the building out?
Yeah.
I remember that. After that, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's a stupid death. But he, quote unquote, dies at the end of the Defenders, and then I think the after credits scene is that you see him wake up in like a nunnery.
Oh wait, I knew that.
Okay, so you did see it.
Woo.
It's just very forgettable because Defenders was very forgettable.
Yeah. Well.
Did you see Defenders?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
It was a little.
I mean, yeah, it definitely wasn't as good as I expected it to be. Oddly enough, I enjoyed it, but it definitely didn't live up to the buildup of all those different seasons.
No, yeah.
So yeah.
That was the thing that bugged me about Defenders is it was like you only have 8 episodes and there are still filler episodes.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, what are you doing?
How do you give us what we ask for? We ask for 8. You give us, was it 8 or 10? I think it was 8.
Yeah, it was 8.
And
it was short.
And somehow still have filler. Now, I will say that it flowed the best out of all of the shows, but didn't flow good enough to where they're building up for another one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're out. They're done. They're like, peace. Fuck this.
So we talked about, what's her name? Jessica Jones.
Kristen Ritter?
Thank you. Saying that it was like, this was never meant to be more than just a one-time thing. And then somebody else was like, oh, yeah, we should do another one. Like, I totally want another one to happen. But I don't remember who it was. One of the other Defenders. It may have been...
I mean, the actors have kind of all said that they would be up for doing another one, and they would be happy to do it, and it would be exciting. But Netflix never had any intention of doing another one.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Actors almost always want to do another one because
Netflix.
They get paid for another one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get another paycheck? Yes, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like, yeah, I'm always down to going to work tomorrow because, yeah, I need a paycheck.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, so they showed kind of where Matt starts off the season, what's going on with him. Because if you've seen the promos, like this season, he's going a lot darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen.
He's has some issues.
I watched the promo. There was like a direct like contrast between Wilson Fisk putting on like it was like a very like white clean room wherever he was, and he was putting on his iconic white suit.
Yeah.
He didn't have the ascot, which I was really bummed about, but maybe they'll bring that in like later in the season. And then it like shifts to like looks like an alley with like a dumpster fire, and Matt is burning his suit, or like his like not his Daredevil suit, but his like actual like warrior suit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh snap, Matt's going back to season 1, like dark and
he's
gritty.
going. I remember Charlie Cox talking about it when he came out, and he was talking about when he first got the role, he was very interested in the script. And he's talking about, he's like, I was interested in this idea of playing this guy that was like at a very low point.
Yeah,
like he was at like just the lowest of the lows. And then we did episode 2. And it got lower. And then we did episode 9. And then we did season 2. And then we did the Defender. So now I'm kind of hoping that, I hope he's at his lowest point.
He's at rock bottom.
Well, he's supposed to be dead. I don't know how much lower you can go than
actually dead, I guess, is the only place you can go from that.
I mean, he's technically Webb dead, like when Webb was dead, but that's still dead, though, right? Like, I mean, if you're dead to everybody else, you're dead.
Yeah, and that's, like, they talked about how Foggy and Karen are dealing with that in their own ways.
Right.
And then they brought in sort of... So they're going a different direction with Bullseye. Mm-hmm. I don't know how familiar you are with, like, his origin.
I'm as familiar as the information from the movie with
Ben Affleck.
Colin Farrell.
Fair enough.
Colin Farrell, yeah. So
Honestly,
in my mind...
same.
He rides a motorcycle. He's Irish. He's kind of a dick. So if those three are not met, then I don't care. Hashtag not my bullseye.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the Bullseye thing either. So I imagine there are gonna be people that are upset with how they're doing him, but I am not gonna be one of them because I don't know the original.
Yeah.
So, but they're starting him as like he's an FBI agent. He's law enforcement.
Interesting. I wonder, chat, if you guys know, is that part of the origin? Is that true?
It's not.
It's not.
The only thing I know is it's not because people were bitching about it.
Ooh.
But they started him off as law enforcement, and without going too much into it, he's basically manipulated over the season by Wilson Fisk to become Bullseye, to become this person that he's going to become.
Hey, dude, you're a really good shot. You ever think about being a hitman?
There's actually like a really interesting like story that they're going to go into with it that looks really cool. And then the best part, like I am still thinking about this. The best part, they showed the very first fight scene between Daredevil and Bullseye. Their first encounter.
Is a hallway?
It's not a hallway. They did say, however, we'll see if this is true, but he said, if you liked the hallway scene from season 1, we topped that this season. He was very confident about it.
Was that you that tweeted that?
Yes.
Okay, I saw that on Twitter, but okay.
I was like live tweeting all the important shit.
Yeah, you were. Okay.
But yeah, they showed the first fight scene between Bullseye and Daredevil. Oh my god. The fight choreography this season is so good. And like they're doing him justice because it is fucking precise and it's brutal and it is calculated. Oh my god, I was like salivating over how good this fight scene was.
This is what I like to hear, Emmaskies.
This is
what I like to hear.
Good. I was like, can we play that like 12 more times? And that's just the rest of the panel.
See, that's the thing with like Daredevil. Daredevil has always been the bar for the Netflix shows.
Yeah.
And it's always been like, this is where you need to be from like day one. And some of them have risen.
Most of them
somewhat.
have not.
Most of them have not. Like I just couldn't. It took me so long. It's not because it's a bad show. It was just I cannot get through Jessica Jones. It took me so long to get through Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
It's just slower than what I was anticipating. And then I got through like 2 or 3 episodes of season 2, and I just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Punisher is the only one that has like met or possibly even exceeded the first season of Daredevil. The rest of them have kind of been
even
like,
the second season of Daredevil didn't live up.
No, I felt the same way.
Which, to its credit, season 3 has a new showrunner.
Good.
Which I was very happy to see.
I'm glad to hear about that. Absolutely.
Do you think it was a show, the weakness was the showrunner, or do you think the weakness was they spent too much time on Elektra?
Well, I think the showrunner determines
I guess that's true.
the direction of the show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was kind of his... whoever they were. I don't know if it was a man or woman, but it was their decision to spend all that time. So like, I'm kind of happy to see that they're going to try something new.
Same.
And I'm hoping that with the Defenders, we saw the last of Elektra. I know we didn't.
I hope we did. I do not ever want to see her.
But she was terrible.
Yeah, she was horrible.
And it's nothing against Ella DeYoung. She did what she was given very well. She just was.
She was written bad. Yeah, it wasn't good writing. I'm excited about this one. I think I've said on the show before. This is going. Most likely, unless I can find a way to like push myself through the rest of Daredevil season 1, which I think is great. It's just it's so brutal and visceral. Like a lot of the stuff kind of hits home, so it's tough for me to get through it. But if I can get through that, I will watch Daredevil. I will watch The Punisher season 2. But outside of that, I plan on this season of Daredevil being my last Netflix show, like from Marvel, that I watch. I'm not planning on watching it. Yeah, I'm just gonna retire. It looks like it's gonna be a good season. I want to remember the Marvel Netflix shows as being such. With the news of one of those shows no longer going on, which I'm sure we'll get to next. I just want to end it on this level, but. Hey, they seem to be going back to the original thing, what Charlie Cox was talking about. They're going to let the devil out. And I'm all about that.
You know, one thing I just thought of, and it kind of makes me concerned for the three of us, is we're talking about the shows and setting the bar. And we're saying how Punisher was the only other one that may have actually met that bar.
Yeah.
And it's like Daredevil and Punisher are the two most violent ones.
Yeah.
So is that our bar? Is like the more violent and bloody?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying, I think we need to do some life introspection here.
I think
they're violent and they're well written.
Okay.
That's
well written violence.
That's the other thing.
It's well written violence.
I think they were the better written of all of the rest of the shows.
Yeah.
And executed well too. I mean, even amongst the actors, if you look at the talent, I think the best actor out of the bunch is John Bernthal, and then from there, I think Charlie Cox is next. Kristen Ritter, Mike Coulter, and then Finn Jones. So, I mean, and then you have some other characters that I think could be a little higher or lower than those. But if you're talking about the main people, that's what it was. And even to me, if not the best scenes, still some of the best scenes are Daredevil season 2, the dialogue between the Punisher and Daredevil.
So good.
That's some of the strongest stuff. So it's no surprise to me that those are the characters with the strongest shows.
And it makes sense because it was so strong that they gave the guy his own show.
That's true.
Just off that
he's
line.
the only one that spun off into.
Yeah, totally.
So far.
So far. So I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, you do.
Where there was a panel where they did show an entire episode of something.
Yes,
what
they
was that?
showed the first episode. Well, there's two. Because they showed the first episode of The Runaways.
Oh, okay.
I did that on Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 1 of The Runaways, season 2 was good. They're going. I like where they're going with it. I'm interested to see if they're changing something vital from the comics, which it feels like they might be.
Okay.
So I'm not familiar with The Runaways at all, other than just like the basic premise of The Runaways.
Okay.
They're the children of supervillains. Beyond that, I don't know. So how close were they in season 1?
They were in some parts very close and in other parts very different.
Okay.
Because first of all, the Runaways run away in like issue number 3. It's right away. It is very early, and it took them 10 episodes in the show.
It did, yeah.
Because in the comic book, they don't focus on the parents at all. There is no story where you get to see the parents' lives.
Gotcha.
So they spent a lot of time developing Pride as an institution and as characters. Mm-hmm. And then there's certain things that are different, like the Church of the Gibborim features in the comics, but they're not a part of it. Like her mother, like Carolina's, I guess. Carolina's mother doesn't run the church. They have nothing to do with it. Her parents are both actors.
It exists, but it's not as. And the dude,
Jonah.
Jonah. Is he a what are they called in Marvel? Celestial being?
I'm not sure. I just know he's an alien.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's an alien.
I didn't know if he was like one of those, like what are they called? The dude from Thor Ragnarok was one of them.
Surtur or the Grand Master?
The Grand Master. He was one of them.
He was. Those are the elders.
The
elders of the universe.
Yeah.
And then the Celestials are.
Celestials.
Like above them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they showed the first episode of season 2, I'm not gonna lie, the panel was a little cringe.
Really?
A little cringe. Well, the way in which they introduced the episode was real cringe because like Jeff Loeb was moderating and he was like, "All right, we're gonna go. We don't have anything to show you."
Oh, not
and, like,
Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb.
The actors. It was the guy that plays Chase stood up and he was like, "No, it's not okay." And like he does like the fistigons move.
No.
And then the girl that plays Nico stood up and she did the like staff of wand move.
No way.
And it was just like the ultimate cringe. Hey.
Oh, hey.
A new challenger
We have a
approaches.
new
Oh, snap.
addition
There
in the
we
room.
go. A new challenger does approach. The Vincent, Mr. Cory Vincent. A long day indeed. So we're just talking about
You're alive.
Barely. Barely.
just talking about some Runaways stuff at the panel that Emma was at.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was a little cringy.
So the episode was good. The introduction of the episode was cringe.
cringy. Okay, that's
Like
what it was.
my friends and I were like, we all watched the show. And we're just sitting there. We're like, please stop this. Just show the episode. We know you're gonna do it. We know you're gonna do it. Just show it.
I like how he did the fisticuff move.
It was so.
Dude, what are you doing?
It just wasn't landing.
No, it was real cringe. But and this season they're not doing what Hulu usually does, where they drop like 3 episodes and then it's weekly. They're dropping all of them at once. December 23rd. So
Hey,
fuck
that's
your
my
family
birthday.
for Christmas.
Yeah,
Birthday present.
David.
Birthday
Thank
present.
you. Thank you.
And then the other one was Outlander,
Oh, okay.
which was an interesting one to show a full episode of.
So one of your cosplays that you did, I wanted to talk about because it inspired me to watch the show.
Hey,
Bean. You did Bean from Disenchantment. And I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I did the same thing.
yeah. 'cause
Yeah?
I
I
was like,
watched the first episode after you announced it.
I was like,
Yay!
the fuck is this candy axe that she has? I have to watch it.
My wife didn't like it too much, but I'm digging it. So I think it's gonna be one I can solo warrior.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
exactly
definitely
what
It's
gonna
super
watch it.
quick because they're only half-hour episodes.
Yeah.
and there's only like 10 of them, I think, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
It's
But-
hard because I love The Simpsons from like back in the day, and I remember when
Right.
Futurama came out, I had the same feeling. I was like, but it's not The Simpsons.
It's not The
You can't
Simpsons.
look like The Simpsons and not be The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Then let alone Futurama ends up being fucking amazing.
Exactly.
And then the
yeah.
same thing, like one episode into this, I'm like, okay, I'm in. I could see it.
So,
That was
Lucy is what hooked me.
Lucy's the best.
Lucy
The
and
demon?
Bean. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like the little the candy maker guy.
Alpha?
Elfo.
You
Oh,
do?
no!
He was so funny. Like
It's so I was wearing the costume and people would come up to me and be like, "Man, I would like this show so much better if Elfo wasn't in it."
really?
Everybody.
That's
hates
exactly what
Elfo.
Rachel said. I was talking on Facebook and she's like, yeah, that show is so good, but it'd be so much better if Alpha wasn't in it.
Maybe he hasn't worn on me yet, but I just liked his whole demeanor from the first part of like how everything was too perfect.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
was like, I make candy to get paid in candy. This makes no sense. Like,
No, I'm with you for episode 1. Episode 1 he was good, even episode 2, but then after a while
Okay.
they kind of change him.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's not so like existential, like this doesn't make any sense. He just becomes like kind of dopey.
Okay.
So
But that was gonna. Even though I forgot a piece of that costume,
I
I
saw.
packed it. I just forgot to put it on,
The
and I
belt?
didn't notice. Yeah, the belt. Like she has this very prominent belt.
Yeah.
And like it was in my suitcase. I got dressed. I don't know why it wasn't there, and then I didn't realize it until the next morning. Like I woke up, and I was just laying in bed, and I was just like, "What the fuck? I didn't wear a belt yesterday." Like out of nowhere. There's no reason for me to be thinking of it.
You sound a little sick. Did you get a conflu?
Yeah, it hit me today.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was totally fine until like 5 hours ago.
How was the thing? How was the meetup?
Oh, it was good. We actually didn't even get to talk about that yet, so that's a good segue. The meetup was good. It was a lot crowded. Oh, so should specify, it was the NorCal Casters meetup here in Sacramento, and yeah, it was a lot bigger than the last time.
Oh, really?
Each time it just keeps growing and growing.
That's good.
That's
and
good.
growing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was good. It was at the same place, Golden Roads Brewery down on L Street in downtown Sac. Yeah, it was good. Played Giant Jenga again.
Did you?
Uh,
You didn't. You won, right?
no, I lost twice last time, but this time I only lost once.
Oh, good job.
But it was
Improvement.
epic. It was I was trying to get this one piece from like it was like the very bottom, and like I had it halfway out, and I could see it was leaning. I go, all right, guys, well, this has been really fun. I hope we can do a rematch, and I just like yank it and just. One guy though, it was insane that he did this. One guy, we got it. It wasn't super high. It was very early in the game, but we got it to where there was only one piece in the middle on the bottom row, and he just yanked it out, and it just dropped. And it just stayed.
Damn.
And I'm pissed because, like, I was talking to a couple other people, and I turn around just as it happens, and so I didn't have my phone out. I couldn't record anything. It was a bummer. But, yeah. No, it was good. There's a good group of people, so it's nice. I think it's time for some news.
Wait, is this the podcast?
This is the podcast.
Oh, I thought this was the after show. Oh my god!
Welcome to the podcast,
sorry
Cory
for
Vincent.
barging in on the Video Game Bang podcast.
Well, you are a vital part of the podcast, so we're happy to have you.
Wow, I'm so glad to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. Wow.
That's great. That's awesome. All right. You have the music.
Oh, we don't need that. That's not
I think we
necessary.
do. Dealer's choice on which version.
I do not have the music ready.
All right.
to go, so
Emma's telling the
Oh.
news.
Oh, dear God.
Ooh, is that what it sounds like when I'm not a part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta work on that.
Anyway,
We do voice lessons.
Yeah, we gotta work on that one.
so we did just spend a hot minute talking about Daredevil. So it
Oh.
only makes sense.
You know, I'm really glad I didn't miss this because I've been looking forward to this moment.
I'm so
We also haven't
mad.
talked about Venom yet, too. So.
Oh.
I'm so mad. If you have not heard, Iron Fist has been canceled. And if you'd asked me a year ago how I would feel about Iron Fist being canceled, I would not have said I'd be upset. I would not have. We would have all been happy to see it canceled a year ago.
Without question.
But oh my God, season 2 was good.
It was. It was good.
You co-signing
it?
on this one?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. I was with it. Me and my boy, we were both watching it together. He actually does kung fu lessons, and he was like, "Dude, they just canceled it." And I was like, "Man, it's gone, bro."
So what
I'm
did
so
he
mad.
see season 1?
He did. He
What
saw
did he
season
think of
1.
season 1? Was he like the rest of us and this is crap?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
he was like, it's not as good. He still enjoyed it like I did, and he was pointing out parts of the kung fu that were like, oh, that's not authentic. That's terrible form. All that stuff. Like,
Wait. So this friend doesn't study martial arts. This is legitimate kung fu.
Yeah, like straight kung fu. Like he goes to tournaments and
the
stuff.
most impractical martial art, but the coolest at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, like totally impractical. But
Everything's like an animal. Like here's the cobra.
pretty much in the crane. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fireball!
But he'll rip your throat out. Though.
Yeah,
That cobra's gonna rip your throat out.
Like it's not practical, but it works. But no, yeah, like he saw the show and he was pointing out a bunch of flaws in it, but he still enjoyed it too, just because of all the lore behind it. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
Kunlun and and Xiao Lao and punching the dragon in the heart. But yeah, he was feeling this one. He said it was better. Emma, I'm surprised that I'm hearing more people
good.
saying the same thing.
It was really good. And honestly, I think if people were willing to give it a chance, it was really good. So what I'm assuming happened is that the ratings just tanked.
Yeah.
Which honestly, anybody could have told them they were going to tank.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they did a good enough job maybe letting people know, like, okay, the first one, we'll give it to you guys. But the second one, we're coming back hot. Because
Right,
Right.
like advertise that you have new writers, new showrunner. The first season was shit. Like there have been people that have, done that stuff before where they're like, we are aware that it was crap, but it's good now.
There was none of that. I had zero. I didn't even finish watching the first season because I
Most
had
people-
zero interest in it.
I fell into the unthinking majority of like, first one sucked. I didn't see it, so why would I watch the second one,
Boom.
even if it's better?
Right.
Exactly. I kept thinking, if I have some spare time, I'll check. Oh no, Disenchantment. Let's watch that instead.
Right. So they gave it it came out 2, maybe 3 months ago. And then they didn't they needed to give it time to. So this is I've been talking about this. So I have this down.
So this is rehearsed.
Okay.
This is rehearsed. So they should anybody could have told Netflix that this was going to tank.
Totally.
You know how bad season 1 was. You know you don't have the hype going in of a good show.
Nope.
So season 2 ratings are not going to be good, especially not right off the bat.
Totally.
But you let the reviews roll in. You let people watch it on their own time. You give it however long it takes, that year that you take between seasons. And then you use season 3 as the barometer of how well the show is recovered.
Yep.
And I get that means taking a loss on things.
Oh, yeah.
But take the L for the season. Know that it's coming.
Yeah.
Budget for it. Plan for it.
I think the beauty of the whole thing, though, too, is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is just because they canceled the Solo franchise, I wouldn't put it past us to see more of the Danny Rand character and Iron Fist and some of those guys popping up in other things. I don't think it's just like, okay, you guys can't be those characters no more.
Yeah, no.
It's over.
It's over.
So I'm hoping the only thing that will
Hand up
make
your
this
Kung Fu
slightly okay is if we get Heroes for Hire and Daughters of the Dragon. Because if I don't see Colleen again, I'm going to scream. They left her off on such a good... They left the whole show off. Like, it leaves on a very big cliffhanger of what's to come.
Aaron told me what the cliffhanger is.
It's big.
Yeah.
And they left her character off, so I want Heroes for Hire, I want Daughters of the Dragon, and I'll be slightly okay with this.
I think they should have done Heroes for Hire, like screw season 2. Let's just, like, take the L on the solo series, and let's just merge him with Luke Cage.
Do it. Heroes for Hire.
Like, give Luke Cage season 1 and season 2, and then just do Heroes for Hire. And then Danny doesn't need another solo.
He really doesn't.
In my opinion.
And, like, they left it on... What I'm really upset about is Alice Eve's character, Typhoid Mary, not seeing her.
Mary.
Because her
She was
character...
so awesome.
She was so good. And they left it off on, like, what's going to happen? What's she going to find out? What? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they left it on some really good cliffhangers. That's what I would like to see, too. I mean, I don't think there's really... I mean, outside of Punisher after Punisher, I don't think there's a reason to give anybody else a solo series. I say, like, put Jessica Jones and Matt together, because I really liked their tension and their chemistry during the Defenders.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. Like, when they're in the elevator, she's like, you look stupid. He's like, this is your scarf.
This is your scarf,
Like,
yeah.
that was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, that was good. And plus it's the like as a like the lawyer and then the private detective, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the perfect
It's
combo.
real special, like,
Yeah, so
SVU,
exactly.
Law and Order.
The job's already matched. The chemistry is there. Put those two together and let them figure it out. It's pretty apparent that, you know, that they got to do Heroes for Hire with Iron Fist and Power Man. And their chemistry is really good. I think that was a missed opportunity to not either A, put more of Danny Rand in Luke Cage season 2, or B, take more of a note from what they did with the Danny Rand character in Luke Cage season 2, how they made him like kind of stoner, kind of funny. That's leaning in more to the comic book of how he was kind of like a character of his self. Okay. So like lean more into that, and if they brought more laughs in this season, I think it was good, because one of the key complaints that everybody had was he was too whiny. Well, part of too whiny means that things are too serious. And when you if the seriousness is what you feel like is causing the whininess, then you need to bring some levity, lighten the things up. And everybody that said they saw him on Luke Cage season 2 loved like the stoner, like Danny Rand. They should have leaned into that more, but they didn't. So I say do Heroes for Hire. Not only that, put Daughters of the Dragon in there. Like have Colleen be like finally, you know, lean in a little bit more into the clash of like, you know what, Danny, I do need a break. I'm done with, you know, and then, you know, of course she goes right over with Misty, and they do Daughters of the Dragon. And then Danny goes to Luke and is like, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. This is what's going on. He's like, man, you know what? We need some money, blah, blah, blah. And now they can turn it into like a battle of the sexes thing. I know that might be taboo or whatever, but the tension between the two factions, them both going and finding their own brand of justice, I think would make for an exciting show. And then we get both.
Especially when you already have that tension between Luke and Misty.
So much, right
because
there.
He's going a really weird direction now, and she's not about it. And then you have the same thing with Danny and Colleen. Oh, it would work. It would work.
It would work.
Jessica Henwick deserves better than this.
I agree, because she's been putting it down in that show, and they haven't
is that who plays
respected
Colleen?
her.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, she was my favorite part
She's
of
incredible.
season 1.
She's incredible, and she's still the best part. Like they improve everything. They improve Danny.
Yeah,
but she's still way better than him.
Yeah,
no, by a long shot, she is.
It's like I'm not worried about fighting Iron Fist. I'm worried about fighting Colleen. I could take the Iron Fist. He's fine. It's Colleen that I don't want to meet in the dark alley.
No, yeah, because she's been trained by the hand, man. She ain't no joke.
All right.
Did anybody see Venom yet?
No, not yet.
We're gonna go see it on Tuesday.
Okay.
What's
We're gonna talk about it on
what's
Wednesday.
your unspoiler review?
One word, unspoiler review, bad.
Fair enough.
You should review movies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, a very simple
This
system.
is bad.
Bad
This is good.
or good. Here's how bad it was. I tried to lower my expectations to a very reasonable level.
Yeah.
Of like, all right, exactly. That way you can't get hurt, baby.
That's right.
If you already go in there expecting a sucky movie, you can be. I felt like I wasted my life, my money.
What?
No details of the thing whatsoever. Just bad. Terrible.
I,
They killed one of my favorite characters. No. I mean, like, they didn't kill anybody.
Oh.
No,
They
yeah.
murdered.
Metaphorically
Murdered.
killed
Yeah.
Venom.
They murdered my love for Venom 2 times now.
Oh.
They only ruined Deadpool once. And they brought him and this is Fox. Brought back Deadpool.
That's true.
This was like the redemption. I was expecting like, okay, you fucked Venom. Everybody knows you did.
That's
Spider-Man
right.
3, it was
Spider-Man
so bad.
3, okay.
But this is going to be our Deadpool for Venom fans. Not the case whatsoever.
But you got some people in chat. Y'all are trash for thinking it was bad. Don't at me.
Yeah, well, we can have a healthy debate next Wednesday when some more of these people see the movie and we can actually get into some of the details. But
I've
Yeah, we're
heard-
going to go see it on Tuesday when it's discounted because I don't want to pay full price for this.
that's
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And it's the only theater that still takes my movie pass, so I'm not paying for it at all.
all right.
Nice.
And
So-
then let's see if you can still be disappointed. I still think you're going to be disappointed.
We're still gonna want our
It
money
might
back.
be.
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
be. The nice thing for me is that I don't have that love of the character going in. I don't know anything about him other than
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about before you got here. We were talking about Bullseye,
Bullseye.
being in Daredevil season 3.
Yeah.
And we have zero background knowledge on the character, so whatever they do with him, like I told them, my knowledge of the character comes from the Ben Affleck. So like he's Irish and he rides a motorcycle.
So if you're better than Colin Farrell, you're home free.
Yeah,
So-
that's a tall order.
And I guess in here he's starting as an FBI agent.
Let me also go to one thing about Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Is that
Tom
his
Hardy.
name? Tom
Yeah.
Hardy. I don't get the appeal.
I don't know what the appeal is.
If
Special
that is
cases
what you
don't
think,
add us.
if that's who you think is attractive, like
I mean,
compared to McConaughey,
Okay.
I don't find Matthew McConaughey attractive. I think Cory just died inside.
No, you want you really
Like
want to
he's
kill
all
him.
right. He's all right. He's not unattractive.
What's who's your stepdad?
I'm really trying to process what she just said. I can't even look at you right now.
See, hold on, wait.
He's not unattractive, but he's just not my type.
Tom Hardy in what's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and everybody? The one that-
Inception.
he was clean cut, clean,
That's a
and
good look.
and he keeps his accent, which his natural accent is more
It
attractive.
gets you.
Is it British?
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it
Is
was.
that what it is?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Maybe
It's
Yeah.
a British
maybe
accent.
it was the bad acting and bad movie and bad like representation of everything in that movie that really just made him not pop off in that. But
Yeah.
like I just don't get it, ladies.
Special cases
And
says you have
dudes.
bad taste in men.
All right.
Oh man! All right, what else we got, Emma?
Are we talking about hot men? What are we talking about? Oh,
No.
speaking of stepdads,
I mean, we can.
I was in the room with your wannabe father.
Accurate. I do wish he was my father. John Hamm. What?
Yes,
John
I
Hamm.
felt the need to text you. I was like, I just need you to know that I'm in the same room as John Hamm right now.
Why? How did this happen?
Good Omens panel. And I walked in completely by accident. I didn't look for him. I didn't go looking for him. I just found him.
Okay, Emma. Tom Hardy or John Hamm?
Depends on how I'm feeling. What kind of mood am I in? Who knows? Porque no los dos.
Hey, yeah, there you go. It's true. When in Rome.
Saying. But yeah, because I had accidentally, like, I tried to go to a different panel. I walked in early, and they were in the middle of the Good Omens panel. So fucking John Hamm was there, Michael Sheen, David Tennant,
Wow.
Neil Gaiman, and Whoopi Goldberg
Wait,
was
who?
moderating the panel.
Really?
What?
I was like,
Interesting.
Kinda random.
I walked in here by accident. This is hype.
It's like a whole like star-studded panel.
It was. Oh, and then the one that I missed that was apparently amazing was Mortal Engines.
Oh.
Apparently that was fantastic. They showed like 15 minutes of the movie. Peter Jackson was there. Andy Serkis moderated the panel.
Oh.
I was like, how the fuck did I miss this?
This
Yeah.
seems like bigger than a Comic-Con. Like this seems like legitimate actors. It's like when you hear Comic-Con, you think you're gonna walk into a room with
Like CW
Shatner,
actors.
yeah, and CW
Yeah.
guys. But this is
Yeah, Grimm Series 7
Whoopi.
cast.
Damn.
I know. I was like, why? I thought she might be in the show, but she's not. She was just moderating the panel. I was like, why is she here?
Paycheck.
Interesting. Pocket wants to know if you asked about Genlock.
I did not. I didn't ask any questions during the Good Omens panel because I haven't read Good Omens. And I actually didn't see the Ruby Genlock panel because I left early that day. That was Sunday, and I was like, I can take 3 hours in these shoes, in these death heels.
Oh, is that your Archer day?
I busted my ass so bad. I fell
no.
so hard in those shoes. And I'm realizing when I was explaining the story to my friend, I was like, this is the most Comic-Con sentence I've ever said in my life. But my heel got caught in my cape.
Now that just might be
That's why
that's a superhero quote.
there's one rule in The Incredibles.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
And you know what? Better than that, no heels.
No heels.
Stop designing superheroes with heels. It doesn't work. I promise you.
But when you do the throat kick, you got that extra little heel to kind of
Just
really
get a steel-toed
point
boot.
across.
It's fine. But yeah, my heel got caught in my cape, and like I caught it really well. I was like, cool, I landed this. It's perfect. In the middle of thinking that, my ankle gave out.
Oh.
And I went all the way down. And I just gotten done shooting with a friend of mine. And Comic-Con is one of those things where like you shoot with somebody and then like a crowd of photographers find the person and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll shoot that. So there's photographers everywhere.
Wait, so you're telling me that there is a
There might be.
glimpse?
There might well be a picture of me on my ass on the ground.
Wow.
Guys.
I don't think they would go through that.
I'm gonna get tagged in it.
Eats pavement.
It was bad. Like I had up until like a couple days ago, I had like bruising on my hands from how hard I fell because I caught myself. It was. I have never fallen that bad in public, I think, in my life.
So one thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad that Cory is here now because this is going to cause a massive divisiveness from table to table.
Well, I don't think it can get
Let's
any
fucking go.
worse from the McConaughey thing. To be honest,
let's
we've already hit rock bottom. We can only go up.
Let's find out. Black Ops 4 dropped. Various
what?
reactions around the table.
You know what? I don't know that this is going to be so bad because I don't know what your reaction is to what you've done.
It's equal parts shame, but like it's a lot of shame.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
How much did you spend on Black Ops 4?
$100 plus tax.
So the best part is I'm streaming last night and I'm talking about it in stream and I was like, but the thing is I just don't know if it's worth 60. And then Cory just types in 100. I'm like, wait, it's 100% worth $60?
Yeah, he thought I meant like
$100.
He thought I meant emoji, like red hunted with two,
100%.
with some underlines.
100.
No, I actually meant $100.
How? What did you get for $100?
You know the sad thing is, I don't even really know. The menus are a little confusing.
You got 2,400 credits, whatever their credit system is.
Yeah, I don't know what to spend it on yet, but
you got
sure.
extra skins.
Okay.
And then your season pass.
I think the season pass is the thing I was mostly interested in because I think you get
Is
the
it
extra.
worth $40?
I don't know yet. Because
The season just started.
Because all I'm playing is Battle Royale so far.
So at the NorCal Meter streamers meetup, I talked to Yo at Steph. Remember her, Stephanie?
Yeah.
So fun fact about her: she used to be on the women's Luminosity Call of Duty team.
Wow, esports.
Yeah. So she's huge into Call of Duty, and
Does
she
she
got
think it
this.
sucks?
Huh?
Does she think it sucks?
No, she loves it.
Oh, okay.
That would be a hot take.
That would be
That'd be a
hilarious.
hot
I think
take.
everyone's kind of afraid to say it sucks because everyone will explode on you at this point in time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's going to be hype for about 2 weeks.
Think so?
Give it 2 weeks.
I think I'm going to wait that 2 weeks before I buy it myself, just because I have that same theory. And if it's still hype after 2 weeks, then I might jump into it. But she did the same thing. She got the $100. She goes, I'm a woman with a mohawk and blue hair. It was totally worth it. So
Wait, so you wanted to turn in Spider-Man because you're so frugal. You wanted to turn in a good game, and then you turned around and spent $100 on a Call of Duty game.
But it's so good so far. And here's the thing, like, we're lying to ourselves if we think games really cost $60 anymore. Because even Spider-Man, you're gonna have to get those
That's
DLC
true.
packages.
That's true.
You're gonna end up spending $100. Like if you play all the content, it's $100 game.
Yeah, but it's $100 if it's good.
This game is good.
We'll see.
Well,
Well, have you played the actual Black Ops game, or have you only played Blackout?
There is no actual Black Ops.
There's
game.
no Black Ops game.
It's
I
Blackout.
forgot about that. Yeah, this game's garbage.
There's no campaign. Hey, hold on a minute. Hold
it's
on.
Blackout, multiplayer, zombies.
There's a reason.
Bullshit.
There's a reason they stopped making the campaigns.
they're terrible.
Because they suck and nobody plays them. So this time was the first time they're like, all right, fuck it. Let's just put more attention. So now there's like 5 or 4 different zombie maps with a new competitive rush mode, which I haven't tried yet because I want to play that with friends. Like, I have a lot of friends who got it. Squiggles, I just added him, so we're going to run some Blackout. But I got my first number 1 spot.
Nice. I saw that. You tweeted that.
Yeah.
That was good.
I got hard carried by some rando, and then we ended up, like, partying up.
Oh, was that duos?
Yeah, that was duos.
Oh, okay.
That was just
I thought you
myself.
soloed it. I was like, holy shit,
Hell
dude.
no. Who do you think I am?
I just want to point out
I
that
thought you were esports.
in the
You almost
Twitch
got hired.
chat, in the Twitch chat, Squiggles says, I hated the last 2 Call of Duties, but I'll be honest, this one is really good. You hated the last 2, and you still bought this at launch. What are you doing?
Here's the thing about Call of Duty, if you want to break it down to its simplest form. Like,
It's crap.
It's... Okay, that's an opinion. But it's smooth crap. Like this is like...
It runs well. It's just shit.
No runs. Like, it's all solid.
Runs.
This is like...
Metaphors.
Like, you had some Citracel,
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
dear
Oh,
God.
my God.
and you just get a nice, good one.
You need a lot of fiber.
Yeah. No,
Metamucil.
it's ridiculously fun. I also got killed by a famous streamer.
You know what? I saw that. Did you know that you were in game with him?
No,
No.
I had no clue. His name is Summit 1G. He's like a CS:GO former pro. He whatever he plays, thousands of viewers. And I didn't know it was him, but there's a dude up on a boat with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
He missed his first shot. I had a decently ranged weapon. I pegged him a few times. I was like, oh, this good dude ain't got no aim. So next time he peeks, I'll just keep popping him.
Yeah.
He peeked again, shot, missed. I was like, oh, fuck, I got this guy. One more peek, bam, dead. And it says Summit 1G has just killed you. And I was like, no fucking way. Is that really him? So Alt-tab, get out, jump into his stream real quick, and see the playback because he's got like a couple minutes delay.
Right.
And I just saw myself get posterized.
Oh,
So
snap.
I Twitch clipped that shit, put it online because I was like, dude, I'm famous.
Oh, God.
My favorite was Brett's reaction. He was like, oh, we were so close to hiring you, too.
So close to signing me. I know because I just won my victory. Oh,
Oh, man. That's
yeah.
funny.
I'm having a ball. I'm having a
As
ball.
long
having a
as
ball.
you are having $100 worth of fun,
It's
that's
$100
all
worth
that
of fun.
matters.
I have time to make up. $100 of fun is I'll get that.
It's spread out over time.
Yeah.
I will say, if for as much shit as I'm talking, I did get the $90 version of Tomb Raider. I didn't pay it. I paid $60, but it was the $90 version of Tomb Raider. And
How'd you
that
do
was
that?
a big old disappointment. The Best Buy Gamers Club discount. I still have it until it expires. So it took a $90 game down to $60.
That's
Holy
pretty darn good.
That thing was
that's
amazing.
crazy.
I'm real sad I'm going to lose that.
I'm really bummed that they're getting rid of that. I don't
Yep.
understand. I don't completely understand why they're getting rid of it, and I don't understand why Amazon's getting rid of theirs
because they don't need it anymore.
Well,
'cause
they
don't
don't
compete.
need right, but do the I call it the McDonald's method, and it's like you're gonna sell it for less but sell more. That's how McDonald's first started when they first started the company. Is like let's make a cheaper hamburger and sell more of it rather than charging more for one thing. And so if Amazon is selling it for 40%, or what was the discount? Was
20%?
is it 20%? So if
15, 20?
Best Buy gets rid of theirs and Amazon's like, well, we still have ours, then people are going to buy more from Amazon than Best Buy. I don't know. I'm not a business major, but
Clearly, with the McDonald's method. you
no,
got over here.
that's literally what it's called. I promise you.
I'll look it up.
I'll
I'll look it up. No, I'll look it up. I'll do. I fact check after every
Yeah.
show.
Please do
You
diligence.
do
Yeah.
go to Snoops.
After every show, I go to
Go to
Snoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snoops?
Yeah. Snoops.
What is it?
Snopes.
Snopes?
Now we go to Snoops.
Yeah, it's-
I was like, I can't tell
It's
if you're
Snoops?
joking
No,
or
it's-
being
it's
serious.
Snoop Dogg?
Snoops
Yeah,
did
Snoop
a
Dogg.
story on Snopes. So
Yeah.
Snoops is above Snopes.
Snoop Dogg's version of Snopes.
Yeah. And then we go to
Exactly.
Spoops during Halloween time.
Oh, no.
Spoops?
Boop. Boop. What else we got in the news?
Well, the only other thing I had written down was the PSN name changes, which I guess you guys already covered.
Yeah, we covered that. But if we're gonna retry at old ground, Emma, you've missed some good stuff.
Have I? Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I haven't listened to the episodes I wasn't on. which I usually do.
I know you do.
I
No,
usually
you
do.
Yeah, no,
But
no,
I have
you do.
not because
Good, because I want fresh takes.
I heard that the last one went off the rails, whatever that means.
No, it was good. Well, we had Madison on, and Madison's she's a loose cannon. What's great about her is if it pops into her mind, she will just say it.
Just yeah.
So that one did get a little off the rails, but no, I'm talking Daredevil season 3 with the return of Wilson Fisk.
Oh yeah. So we talked a lot about Daredevil. We didn't talk about that though.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for that. I'm excited for that. Is there a hot take where you guys are
No.
I know
just
a lot
feel
of people are upset that they're rehashing an old character.
he was
he's
so
so
good
good.
though. Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio, fun fact, is apparently a man of very few words. Because he was at the panel, he didn't really say a whole lot. Like, he got asked questions and he was like, "This is my answer," and then they like waited for him to talk, and he was just like, "Okay."
I don't
and
think that's his scene though.
I
He
think
had,
he's a method actor.
He
was
describes
in-
himself as a method actor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he described himself as a method because
He's
they asked
pretty
about
intense.
the voice. Somebody asked about the voice, and he was like, "Well, I'm a method actor, so I do this thing where I, remember like a very visceral memory, and I attach it to that, and it's a whole thing." But he was also wearing this baseball cap. It was like a Mortal Engines hat that he'd probably gotten from somebody the day before at the panel. And like it was a little bit like he was just trying to avoid the lights, but it was like he was trying not to make eye contact with anybody. Like he just wants to keep to himself, do his work, get his shit done. Like everybody had very nice things to say about him. Apparently he's a joy to work with on set. They were saying that, they had just had a great time.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Bullseye talked a lot about how much Vincent D'Onofrio helped him on set become, the character, even beyond like his Wilson Fisk. Like Vincent himself just was like a rock the whole time. But the guy was like just very clearly. And then the other woman that was there, Joanna Wally, who plays Sister Maggie, she was hilarious because they brought her in and she's like, they were like, tell us, you're jumping in season 3, you've never done one of these before. She's like, I've never seen a comic book in my life. She's like, I liked the script, but I thought the experience was going to be terrible. I didn't think this was going to be fun. I loved it. She had the time of her life. She was like, everybody works so hard on these. Like these are really good. This is a great cast. It's great work. She's like, I didn't expect this to be good at all.
And what about James Gunn news? Because you've been pretty indifferent to that one. You were you were
pretty
like, I don't
indifferent.
care. But now, well, okay, you're indifferent to the situation, but do you care any more or less about
Nah.
Suicide Squad 2?
Nah. I mean, I think it'll be an interesting way for them to take it. I think DC is just picking up Marvel's leftovers, which, whatever. But for better or for worse. Hopefully this time it's for better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much anybody could do to fuck up that series any more than it already is.
That's true.
This is true.
Yeah.
If he can bring something good to it, good for him. And if he can get work out of it, good for him. DC needs to do something.
Yeah.
Just be good.
Just be good. Just
be
be good,
good.
DC. All right, guys. Well, that is the show. Corey, now we're ending the podcast. So
Okay.
coming up next is after show.
Okay, great.
If you are watching us on Twitch, twitch.tv/videogame_bang, make sure to stick around after we end the recording. We're going to continue hanging out with you guys and talking. Emma, schedule for next week?
I gotta start making a schedule on Saturday.
Cool. So check out Emmaskies on Twitter for her schedule coming out on Sunday. So you'll see it when this is out. Curtis, what about you? Are you back?
I'm retired again till Tuesday when the NBA season officially starts. So retired until Tuesday.
I don't think retired means what you think it means.
Well,
You're taking a
or
break.
maybe yeah.
Hiatus.
Well, see, you can come out of retirement, so
I
I'm
guess
going to go
that's
ahead.
true.
I mean, Michael Jordan did it.
That's true. Well,
He
yeah.
should have a look at that.
Well, I mean,
that the best
I'm
example?
I'm
Are
talking
you
about the
comparing
first
yourself to
time.
Okay,
Michael
okay.
The first time, he
Yeah,
came-
and I think he just compared himself to Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan?
absolutely. I'm the Michael Jordan
enough.
of Sacramento Kings podcasting.
I'm not going to tell him he's wrong.
If that's not your tagline, it should be.
It is now.
I pretty much am streaming on Fridays now, so I will see you guys on Friday for my stream. If I stream earlier in the week, then you can see me on Twitter just at Real David Webb, and I will post when I'm going live. Corey, do you have anything to plug?
Friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like my friends, so I like to support that. Oh yeah, I just did a podcast interview too.
You did.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where can people catch that?
I'll keep you updated on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's got like in iTunes. It's called Real Nerd Hours.
Oh, cool.
A couple dudes, just doing the thing, kind of newer style show. I had a ball.
Nice.
Oh.
All right, guys. You guys will see all of us. Curtis, will you be at TwitchCon?
I will not be.
Okay, so you will see 3 out of 4 of us at TwitchCon at the end of the month. And then we will be back for the Wednesday show coming up on Wednesday. So for Emmaskies, Curtis, what's up, pizzas? I'm the real David Webb saying we'll see you guys next time.